Most people live their entire lives in a state of mediocrity because they never truly lock in. They never commit. They never go all in on anything. They dabble. They try half-heartedly. They give 50% effort and wonder why they're getting 10% results. They want championship results with recreational effort. That's not how life works. That's not how success works. That's not how greatness works. You've got to understand something about this game called life. There are no participation trophies. There are no consolation prizes. There's no safe space where you can hide from the competition. The world doesn't owe you anything. Success doesn't owe you anything. Happiness doesn't owe you anything. You've got to earn it. You've got to fight for it. You've got to lock in and take it. The opportunity to lock in is right in front of you. It's been there all along. But you keep making excuses. You keep finding reasons why now isn't the right time. You keep waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect circumstances. Let me tell you something about perfect timing. It doesn't exist. There will never be a perfect time to start. There will never be perfect conditions. There will always be obstacles. There will always be challenges. There will always be reasons to quit before you even start. But champions don't wait for perfect conditions. Champions create their own conditions. Champions don't wait for motivation. Champions create their own motivation. Champions don't wait for opportunities. Champions create their own opportunities. They understand that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is right now. You've been living in the comfort zone for too long. You've been playing it safe for too long. You've been taking the easy path for too long. But easy doesn't build character. Easy doesn't build strength. Easy doesn't build the kind of person who can handle success when it comes. Easy builds weak people who crumble when life gets hard. Easy builds quitters who give up at the first sign of resistance. The time has come for you to get uncomfortable. The time has come for you to embrace the pain. The time has come for you to do the things that scare you. Because on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted. On the other side of discomfort is growth. On the other side of hard work is success. You think you're tired now? You think you're stressed now? You think you're overwhelmed now? Wait until you're 60 years old and you look back at your life and realize you wasted it. Wait until you're on your deathbed and you think about all the dreams you never pursued, all the chances you never took, all the potential you never unleashed. That's when you'll understand what real pain feels like. That's when you'll understand what real regret feels like. But you have the power to change that story. You have the power to rewrite your future. You have the power to lock in right now and become the person you were meant to be. You have everything you need inside of you already. You just need to stop making excuses and start making moves. The voice in your head that's telling you that you can't do it is a liar. The voice that's telling you that you're not good enough is a liar. The voice that's telling you that it's too late is a liar. The voice that's telling you that you don't have what it takes is a liar. That voice has been holding you back your entire life. That voice has been stealing your dreams. That voice has been keeping you small. It's time to silence that voice. It's time to replace that voice with a new voice. A voice that says, you can do anything you set your mind to. A voice that says, you are worthy of success. A voice that says, you are capable of greatness. A voice that says, it's never too late to start. A voice that says today is the first day of the rest of your life. But changing the voice in your head is just the beginning. You've got to change your actions. You've got to change your habits. You've got to change your daily routine. You've got to change the way you spend your time. You've got to change the way you think about hard work. You've got to change the way you respond to setbacks. You've got to change everything about the way you're currently living. Success requires sacrifice. It requires you to give up the things that are keeping you mediocre. It requires you to give up the late nights of mindless entertainment. It requires you to give up the lazy mornings in bed. It requires you to give up the toxic relationships that drain your energy. It requires you to give up the negative habits that are holding you back. It requires you to give up your old self to become your new self. Most people aren't willing to make those sacrifices. Most people want success, but they're not willing to pay the price for success. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to keep living the same lifestyle while expecting different results. They want to change their circumstances without changing themselves. That's why most people fail. Inside of you that most people don't have. You have a burning desire to be more. You have a hunger for greatness. You have a vision of what your life could become if you just locked in and did the work. The work is not glamorous. The work is not fun. The work is not easy. The work is grinding when everyone else is sleeping. The work is studying when everyone else is partying. The work is training when everyone else is relaxing. The work is pushing forward when everyone else is giving up. The work is showing up when you don't feel like it. The work is being consistent when consistency is boring. But here's what most people don't understand about the work. The work is not just about achieving external success. The work is about becoming the kind of person who deserves success. The work is about building character. The work is about developing discipline. The work is about creating habits that serve you instead of habits that sabotage you. The work is about becoming someone you can be proud of when you look in the mirror. Every day you have a choice. You can choose to lock in, or you can choose to lock out. You can choose to move forward, or you can choose to stay stuck. You can choose to grow, or you can choose to remain the same. You can choose to pursue your dreams, or you can choose to make excuses. You can choose to be a victor, or you can choose to be a victim. The choice is yours. and yours alone. Nobody else can make this choice for you. Nobody else can do the work for you. Nobody else can live your life for you. You are the author of your own story. You are the director of your own movie. You are the CEO of your own life. The question is, what kind of story are you going to write? What kind of movie are you going to direct? What kind of life are you going to create? Time is the most valuable currency you have. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. You can replace material possessions, but you can't replace lost opportunities. You can find new relationships, but you can't find new years to live. Every day that passes without you locking in is a day you can never get back. Every week you waste is a week stolen from your future. Every month you procrastinate is a month you'll regret when you're older. The graveyard is full of people who had great ideas but never acted on them. The graveyard is full of people who had big dreams but never pursued them. The graveyard is full of people who had enormous potential but never unlocked it. Don't let that be your story. Don't let your potential die with you. Don't let your dreams become regrets. You have something special inside of you. You have gifts that the world needs. You have a contribution to make that only you can make. You have a purpose that only you can fulfill. But none of that matters if you don't lock in. None of that matters if you don't do the work. None of that matters if you don't commit to becoming the person you're capable of becoming. The year is almost over. Another 365 days have passed. What do you have to show for it? Have you grown? Have you improved? Have you moved closer to your goals? Or have you stayed exactly where you were 12 months ago? Are you proud of how you spent your time? Are you excited about the progress you've made? Or are you disappointed in yourself for wasting another year? The truth hurts sometimes. The truth is uncomfortable sometimes. But the truth is also liberating. Because when you face the truth about where you are, you can start making different choices about where you're going. When you acknowledge that you've been wasting time, you can start using time more wisely. When you admit that you haven't been given your best effort, you can start giving your best effort. This is your wake-up call. This is your moment of truth. This is your opportunity to draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough. This is your chance to stop being a spectator in your own life and start being the main character. This is your time to stop watching other people live their dreams and start creating your own. But understanding what you need to do and actually doing it are two completely different things. Knowledge without action is worthless. Inspiration without implementation is meaningless. Good intentions without execution don't count for anything. You can know everything about success and still be unsuccessful if you don't apply what you know. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with consistent daily action. It's filled with showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's filled with doing the right thing, even when the wrong thing is easier. It's filled with staying committed to your goals, even when your motivation fades. It's filled with getting back up every time you fall down. Success is not a destination you arrive at. Success is a way of traveling. Success is who you become on the journey toward your goals. Success is the habits you develop. Success is the character you build. Success is the resilience you create. Success is the person you transform into through the process of pursuing your dreams. You don't have to be perfect to start. You don't have to have all the answers to begin. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. You just have to be willing to lock in with what you have, where you are, right now. You just have to be willing to commit to the process of becoming better every single day. The compound effect is real. Small actions, taken consistently over time, create massive results. Reading 10 pages a day doesn't seem like much, but that's 3,650 pages in a year. Working out for 30 minutes a day doesn't seem like much, but that's 182 hours in a year. Saving $5 a day doesn't seem like much, but that's over $1,800 in a year. Everything compounds. Everything adds up. Everything matters. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. They try to change everything overnight, and when they can't maintain that pace, they quit. They expect immediate results, and when they don't see them, they give up. They want the rewards without paying the price. They want the harvest without planting the seeds. But success doesn't work that way. Success is built brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. Success is built through consistent effort over an extended period of time. Success is built by people who understand that the race is not won by the fastest starter, but by the most consistent finisher. You've started and stopped so many times before. You've made promises to yourself that you didn't keep. You've set goals that you didn't achieve. You've created plans that you didn't follow through on. But that doesn't mean you're a failure. That just means you're human. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not that successful people never fail. The difference is that successful people never quit. Every time you fall down, you have a choice. You can stay down and feel sorry for yourself, or you can get back up and keep moving forward. You can focus on how many times you failed, or you can focus on how many times you've gotten back up. You can let your past define your future, or you can let your future redefine your past. Your past does not equal your future unless you live there. Your mistakes do not define your potential unless you let them. Your failures do not determine your worth unless you believe they do. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. You are not limited by what you've done before. You have the power to start fresh. You have the power to begin again. You have the power to lock in right now and create a completely different life. The only question that matters is this: what are you going to do with the time you have left? Are you going to waste it like you've wasted so much time before? Are you going to keep making the same excuses? Are you going to keep living the same patterns? Or are you going to lock in? Are you going to commit? Are you going to do whatever it takes to become the person you know you can be? The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. The time is now. Don't waste another year. Don't waste another month. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another hour. Lock in. Commit. Execute. Your future self is counting on you to make the right choice today. Look in the mirror right now. Look at yourself. Really look. What do you see? Do you see someone who's been coasting through life? Do you see someone who's been making excuses for why things aren't changing? Do you see someone who's been waiting for permission to start living? Or do you see someone who's ready to take control? Someone who's ready to lock in and do the work. Someone who's ready to stop playing small and start playing to win. The person staring back at you has unlimited potential. The person in that mirror has everything it takes to succeed. The person you're looking at right now is capable of achieving things you can't even imagine yet. But that person needs to make a decision. That person needs to choose growth over comfort. That person needs to choose action over inaction. That person needs to choose to lock in. Your dreams are not going to chase you. Your goals are not going to achieve themselves. Your vision for your life is not going to manifest without your participation. You have to be the one who makes it happen. You have to be the one who does the work. You have to be the one who stays committed when everyone else gives up. The world is full of people with great ideas who never execute. The world is full of people with big dreams who never take action. The world is full of people with incredible potential who never unlock it. Don't be one of those people. Don't let your story be a story of what could have been. Make it a story of what actually happened because you decided to lock in. Every successful person you admire started exactly where you are right now. They had doubts, they had fears, they had obstacles, they had people telling them they couldn't do it. They had moments when they wanted to quit. The only difference between them and you is that they locked in anyway. They did the work anyway. They stayed committed anyway. They never gave up on themselves. You have that same power inside of you. You have that same ability to push through when things get hard. You have that same capacity to stay focused when distractions are everywhere. You have that same strength to keep going when everyone else stops. You just have to access it. You just have to use it. You just have to lock in. The journey ahead won't be easy, but it will be worth it. There will be days when progress feels slow, and nights when you question if you're on the right path. There will be people who doubt you, and circumstances that test your resolve. There will be setbacks that knock you down, and failures that make you want to quit. But remember this: every champion has walked this same road. Every person who has achieved anything significant has faced these same challenges. What separates those who make it from those who don't isn't talent or luck or perfect circumstances. It's the decision to lock in. and stay locked in, no matter what. It's the commitment to keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when it's hard. It's the resilience to get back up every time you fall down. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your opportunity to stop living a life of regret and start living a life of purpose. This is your chance to stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. This is your invitation to stop wasting time and start investing time in becoming the person you were meant to be. The alarm clock is ringing. The wake-up call has been sounded. The moment of truth has arrived. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna hit the snooze button and go back to sleep? Or are you gonna get up and lock in? The choice is yours. Your future is waiting for your decision. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to that person who knows they're meant for something bigger. I'm talking to that dreamer who's tired of being average. I'm talking to that warrior who's ready to separate themselves from the crowd that's comfortable, the crowd that's content with mediocrity, the crowd that's always got an excuse for why they can't make it happen. But not you. You're different. You know that success isn't a public event. Success is a private discipline. Success is what happens when nobody's looking. Success is built in the basement, in the garage, in the early morning hours when the rest of the world is still in bed, dreaming about what they wish they could be. You see, everybody wants to be successful when it's convenient. Everybody wants to work when they feel motivated. Everybody wants to grind when the conditions are perfect. But champions, real champions, they work in the dark. They work when it's cold. They work when it's uncomfortable. They work when every fiber of their being is telling them to quit. The dark is where legends are made. The dark is where champions are forged. The dark is where ordinary people transform into extraordinary beings. Because in the dark there are no distractions. In the dark there's no social media to waste your time. In the dark there's nobody to impress. In the dark, it's just you and your dreams. It's just you and your goals. It's just you and your commitment to becoming who you're supposed to be. Right now, while you're listening to this, there's someone working, there's someone studying, there's someone training, there's someone building, there's someone creating, and they're not doing it for the applause, they're not doing it for the recognition, they're doing it because they understand that greatness is built in silence. You think the greatest athletes in the world became great during the games? No, they became great in the training sessions that nobody saw. They became great in the gym at 5 in the morning. They became great during the 2-a-day practices in the heat of summer when everyone else was at the beach. They became great in the dark, grinding, sweating, pushing through the pain when nobody was there to cheer them on. You think the most successful entrepreneurs built their empires during business hours? No. They built them working 18-hour days. They built them staying up until 3 in the morning, planning, strategizing, executing. They built them making phone calls when everyone else was watching television. They built them in the dark, sacrificing their comfort for their future. You think the greatest artists, the greatest writers, the greatest musicians created their masterpieces in the spotlight? No. They created them alone, in their studios, in their rooms, pouring their hearts out when nobody was watching. They created them in the dark, turning their pain into power, turning their struggles into strength. The dark is your friend. The dark is your ally. The dark is where you discover who you really are. Because when nobody's watching, when there's nobody to impress, when there's nobody to judge you, that's when your true character comes out. That's when you find out if you're really committed to your dreams, or if you're just talking about them. Most people are just talking. Most people are all show and no substance. Most people want the results without the work. Most people want the success without the sacrifice. Most people want the glory without the grind. But not you. You're reading this because you know that success isn't given, it's earned. And it's earned in the dark. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Stop waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. The perfect condition is no condition. The permission you're looking for can only come from you. Get in that dark room and work. Get in that basement and build. Get in that garage and create. The world doesn't need another excuse maker. The world doesn't need another dreamer who never takes action. The world doesn't need another person who talks about what they're going to do someday. The world needs warriors. The world needs builders. The world needs people who understand that success is built in private and displayed in public. While everyone else is out there posting on social media about their goals, you need to be working on them. While everyone else is talking about their dreams, you need to be living them. While everyone else is making noise, you need to be making moves. Silent moves, powerful moves, moves that speak louder than any words ever could. You know what separates the winners from the losers. The winners work in the dark. They understand that success is not a spectator sport. They understand that greatness doesn't happen overnight. They understand that there are no shortcuts, no easy paths, no magic formulas. There's only work, hard work, consistent work, work that nobody sees but everybody benefits from. Every morning when that alarm goes off, you have a choice. You can hit the snooze button and stay comfortable, or you can get up and get after it. You can stay in bed and dream about your goals, or you can get up and work toward them. You can choose comfort, or you can choose growth. Most people choose comfort. Champions choose growth. The dark hours are the golden hours. The hours when everyone else is sleeping are the hours when champions are made. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. These are the hours that separate the committed from the casual. These are the hours that build character. These are the hours that forge steel in your spine and fire in your belly. You don't need motivation to work in the dark. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation comes and goes. What you need is discipline. Discipline is what gets you up when you don't want to get up. Discipline is what keeps you working when you don't feel like working. Discipline is what separates the professionals from the amateurs. And let me tell you something about discipline. It's built in the dark. Every time you choose to work when you don't want to, you're building discipline. Every time you push through when you want to quit, you're building discipline. Every time you do what you said you were going to do, even when you don't feel like doing it, you're building discipline. The dark is where your excuses go to die. In the light, with people around, it's easy to make excuses. It's easy to blame others. It's easy to point fingers and play the victim. But in the dark, alone with yourself and your goals, there are no excuses. There's nobody to blame. There's nobody to complain to. There's just work to be done. And that's exactly where you need to be. That's exactly the environment that will transform you from who you are into who you're meant to be. Because transformation doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Transformation doesn't happen when things are easy. Transformation happens when you're pushed to your limits. It happens when you're tested. It happens when you're alone in the dark, with nothing but your will to keep you going. You see, most people want to transform, but they want to do it publicly. They want everyone to see their journey. They want everyone to applaud their efforts. They want everyone to celebrate their small wins. But real transformation happens in private. Real transformation happens when nobody's watching. Real transformation happens in the dark. Stop looking for recognition for the work you haven't finished yet. Stop expecting applause for the goals you haven't achieved yet. Stop wanting credit for the person you haven't become yet. Put your head down, get in that dark space, and work. The recognition will come, the applause will come, the credit will come, but only after the work is done. The dark is where you build your foundation. You don't build a skyscraper's foundation in the middle of Times Square with everyone watching. You build it underground, out of sight, in the dark. But that foundation is what holds up everything else. That foundation is what makes the building strong. That foundation is what prevents it from falling down. Your foundation is built in the dark hours. Your foundation is built in the hours when you don't want to work, but you work anyway. Your foundation is built in the moments when you feel like quitting, but you keep going. Your foundation is built when you choose discipline over comfort, when you choose growth over pleasure, when you choose your future over your present feelings. And once that foundation is built, once that foundation is solid, then you can build anything on top of it. Then you can achieve anything. Then you can become anything. But it all starts in the dark. It all starts with the work that nobody sees. Stop telling people what you're going to do. Stop announcing your goals. Stop seeking validation for your dreams. Just work on them. Work on them in silence. Work on them in the dark. Work on them when nobody's watching. Work on them when nobody believes in you. Work on them when nobody understands them. Because here's the truth. Most people won't understand your dreams anyway. Most people won't see your vision. Most people will try to talk you out of it. Most people will tell you it's impossible. Most people will tell you to be realistic. Most people will tell you to play it safe. But you're not most people. You're different. You're special. You're chosen. And chosen people don't need everyone to understand their mission. Chosen people don't need everyone to believe in their dreams. Chosen people just work. They work in the dark. They work in silence. They work with faith that their efforts will pay off. The dark is where your character is built. Anyone can work when they feel good. Anyone can work when conditions are perfect. Anyone can work when they're motivated. But it takes character to work when you don't feel like it. It takes character to work when everything is going wrong. It takes character to work in the dark. And character is what will sustain you when motivation fails. Character is what will carry you when inspiration runs out. Character is what will keep you going when everyone else quits. Character is built in private, in the dark, when nobody's watching and nobody's cheering. You want to know the secret to success? Work in the dark. You want to know the secret to greatness? Work in the dark. You want to know the secret to transformation? Work in the dark. It's not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's not fun. But it works. Every champion, every legend, every person who has achieved something significant in their life understands this principle. They understand that success is not a public event. They understand that greatness is not built in the spotlight. They understand that transformation doesn't happen where everyone can see. They understand that real work happens in the dark. Real growth happens in the dark. Real change happens in the dark. Because in the dark there are no distractions. In the dark there's no pretense. In the dark there's just you and the work that needs to be done. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for ideal conditions. Get in that dark space and start working. Start building. Start creating. Start becoming the person you were meant to be. The world is sleeping. The world is distracted. The world is comfortable. But not you. You're going to use this time. You're going to use these dark hours. You're going to use this silence to build something extraordinary. Listen to me. Right now, at this very moment, someone is working while you're making excuses. Someone is studying while you're scrolling through social media. Someone is building while you're complaining. Someone is grinding while you're looking for shortcuts. And that someone is going to be your competition. That someone is going to take the opportunities that could have been yours. That someone is going to live the life that you're only dreaming about. Unless you get up right now and start working in the dark. The dark is where the real work begins. The dark is where the weak are separated from the strong. The dark is where the talkers are separated from the doers. The dark is where the dreamers become the achievers. The dark is where you find out what you're really made of. You think you know yourself? You think you know your limits? You think you know what you're capable of? You don't know anything until you've been tested in the dark, until you've been alone with your thoughts, your doubts, your fears, and you've chosen to work anyway, until you felt like quitting 1,000 times and you've chosen to keep going. The dark will test you. The dark will challenge you. The dark will push you to your breaking point, and that's exactly what you need, because you'll never know how strong you are until being strong is your only option. You'll never know how much you can endure until endurance is all you have left. You'll never know who you really are until you've been stripped of everything and everyone, and you're left alone in the dark with nothing but your will to survive. That's where champions are born, not in the light, not in the comfort, not in the applause. Champions are born in the dark, in the struggle, in the pain, in the moments when nobody's watching and nobody cares. Champions are born when you have nothing left to give, and you give more anyway. You see, most people work for recognition. They work for applause. They work for validation. They work for likes and shares and comments. They work to impress others. They work to fit in. They work to be accepted. But champions work for something different. Champions work for excellence. Champions work for mastery. Champions work for the person they're becoming. And that work happens in the dark. That work happens when nobody's watching. That work happens when there's no audience, no cheerleaders, no supporters. That work happens when it's just you and your commitment to excellence. Excellence is a habit. Excellence is a choice. Excellence is a way of life. And excellence is built in the dark. Every rep, every study session, every late night, every early morning, every moment when you choose to do what needs to be done even when you don't want to do it, that's where excellence is built. The world is full of people who want to be excellent, but they want to be excellent on their terms. They want to be excellent when it's convenient. They want to be excellent when they feel like it. They want to be excellent when conditions are perfect. But that's not how excellence works. Excellence doesn't care about your feelings. Excellence doesn't care about your comfort. Excellence doesn't care about your excuses. Excellence only cares about one thing. Did you do the work? Did you show up? Did you push through? Did you keep going when everyone else quit? Did you work in the dark when everyone else was sleeping? The answer to that question will determine everything about your future. It will determine whether you achieve your goals or just talk about them. It will determine whether you become the person you're meant to be or stay the person you are. It will determine whether you live with pride or live with regret. And here's the thing about regret. It's the heaviest burden you can carry. It's heavier than the weight you lift in the gym. It's heavier than the books you study. It's heavier than the work you do. Regret is the weight of knowing you could have been more, done more, achieved more, but you chose comfort instead of growth. You chose easy instead of excellent. You chose the light instead of the dark. Don't let that be your story. Don't let regret be your companion. Don't let what if be the soundtrack of your life. Choose the dark. Choose the work. Choose the grind. Choose excellence. The dark is calling your name. The dark is waiting for you. The dark is where your transformation begins. But you have to make the choice. You have to take the first step. You have to walk away from the comfort, Walk away from the crowd. Walk away from the excuses and walk into the dark. It's scary in the dark. It's uncomfortable in the dark. It's lonely in the dark. But it's also where magic happens. It's where ordinary people become extraordinary. It's where dreams become reality. It's where potential becomes performance. You have potential. You have gifts. You have talents. You have abilities that the world needs to see. But they're hidden in the dark. They're locked away in the work that you haven't done yet. They're waiting for you to step into that dark space and start digging, start building, start creating. The person you're meant to become is waiting for you in the dark. The success you desire is hiding in the dark. The life you want is built in the dark. But you have to go get it. Nobody's going to bring it to you. Nobody's going to hand it to you. Nobody's going to do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. In the dark, when nobody's watching, when nobody's cheering, when nobody believes, when nobody understands, you have to do it anyway. That's what separates the champions from everyone else. That's what separates the legends from the wannabes. That's what separates the successful from the struggling. Champions work in the dark. Legends grind in silence. Successful people build their empires when nobody's watching. And when the work is done, when the foundation is built, when the transformation is complete, then you can step into the light. Then you can show the world what dedication looks like. Then you can inspire others to work in their own dark spaces. But until then, work in the dark, build in silence, create in private, transform in the shadows. And when you're ready, when you're done, when you've built something extraordinary, then you can step into the light and show the world what working in the dark can produce. The dark is your training ground. The dark is your laboratory. The dark is your sanctuary. The dark is where you become who you're meant to be. Don't run from the dark. Don't avoid the dark. Don't fear the dark. Embrace the dark. Use the dark. Master the dark. Work in the dark until you become the light. Grind in silence until your success makes noise. Build in private until your results speak in public. Transform in the shadows until you shine in the spotlight. The dark hours are calling your name. The silent moments are waiting for you. The private space where champions are made is available to you right now. All you have to do is step into it. All you have to do is embrace it. All you have to do is start working. Stop looking for the easy way. There is no easy way. Stop looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. Stop looking for magic formulas. There are no magic formulas. There's only work. Hard work. Consistent work. Work in the dark. The person you're going to become is waiting for you in that dark space. The success you desire is hiding in those dark hours. The life you want is built in the moments when nobody's watching. So stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop dreaming about it. Start working on it. Work in the dark. Build in silence. Create in private. Transform in the shadows. And when you're ready, when you're done, when you've built something extraordinary, then you can step into the light and show the world what dedication looks like. But until then, work in the dark. That's where legends are made. That's where champions are forged. That's where ordinary people become extraordinary. That's where dreams become reality. The dark is waiting for you. The work is waiting for you. Your future is waiting for you. Stop waiting for it. Go get it. Work in the dark. You wake up in the morning and you think someone's coming to save you. You think someone's going to knock on your door and hand you the life you've been dreaming about. You think your boss is going to call you into the office and give you that promotion you've been waiting for. You think your friends are going to suddenly start believing in your dreams and start supporting you. You think your family is going to finally understand what you're trying to do and get behind you. Let me tell you something right now that's going to hurt, but it's going to set you free. No one is coming. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to fix your problems. No one is coming to make your dreams happen. No one is coming to pay your bills. No one is coming to lose that weight for you. No one is coming to build that business for you. No one is coming to make those phone calls for you. No one is coming to do the work that only you can do. The sooner you accept this reality, the sooner you can stop waiting and start working. Every single day, millions of people wake up and they wait. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the right opportunity. They wait for someone to discover them. They wait for things to get easier. They wait for Monday. They wait for next month. They wait for next year. They wait for someone to give them permission. They wait for someone to believe in them. They wait for someone to invest in them. They wait for someone to encourage them. While they're waiting, life is passing them by. While they're waiting, other people are working. While they're waiting, other people are grinding. While they're waiting, other people are building. While they're waiting, other people are becoming everything they dreamed of becoming. You want to know what separates the successful from the unsuccessful? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not connections. It's not being born into the right family. It's understanding that no one is coming and deciding to work anyway. The people who make it in this world are the people who stop looking around for someone to save them and start saving themselves. They stop waiting for someone to believe in them and start believing in themselves. They stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating their own conditions. They stop waiting for someone to give them an opportunity and start creating their own opportunities. Look around you right now. Look at where you are in your life. Look at your bank account. Look at your body. Look at your relationships. Look at your career. Look at your dreams. Everything you see is a direct result of the work you've put in, or the work you haven't put in. Everything you see is a reflection of how hard you've been willing to work, or how comfortable you've been with. And if you created this, then you have the power to change it. But here's what most people don't understand. Change requires work. Real work. Hard work. Uncomfortable work. The kind of work that makes you sweat. The kind of work that makes you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. The kind of work that pushes you beyond what you thought was possible. The kind of work that most people are not willing to do because they're still waiting for someone else to do it for them. You want a better body. No one is coming to work out for you. You want more money. No one is coming to build your business for you. You want better relationships. No one is coming to have those difficult conversations for you. You want to learn new skills. No one is coming to study for you. You want to overcome your fears. No one is coming to face them for you. You want to change your life. No one is coming to change it for you. That's your job. That's your responsibility. That's your opportunity. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can choose to wait for someone else to make things happen, or you can choose to make things happen yourself. You can choose to blame other people for where you are, or you can choose to take responsibility for where you're going. You can choose to make excuses, or you can choose to make progress. You can choose to complain about your circumstances, or you can choose to change your circumstances. The choice is yours, and yours alone, because no one is coming to make that choice for you. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common. They stopped waiting for permission. They stopped waiting for approval. They stopped waiting for someone to tell them they were ready. They stopped waiting for the perfect plan. They stopped waiting for the right time. They just started. They started before they felt ready. They started before they had all the answers. They started before they had all the resources. They started because they understood that no one was coming to start for them. You know what's holding you back right now. It's not lack of opportunity. It's not lack of resources. It's not lack of time. It's not lack of knowledge. What's holding you back is the belief that someone else is supposed to do the work for you. What's holding you back is the belief that success is supposed to be easy. What's holding you back is the belief that someone is going to discover you. What's holding you back is the belief that your circumstances are going to magically change without you changing first. Let me tell you about the people who are winning right now. They're not special. They're not lucky. They're not more talented than you. They're not smarter than you. They just understand something that you haven't accepted yet. They understand that no one is coming to save them, so they decided to save themselves. They understand that no one is coming to build their dreams, so they decided to build them themselves. They understand that no one is coming to do the work, so they decided to do the work themselves. While you're waiting for someone to motivate you, they're motivating themselves. While you're waiting for someone to push you, they're pushing themselves. While you're waiting for someone to hold you accountable, they're holding themselves accountable. While you're waiting for someone to believe in you, they're believing in themselves. While you're waiting for someone to invest in you, they're investing in themselves. While you're waiting, they're working. You want to know what real strength looks like? Real strength is waking up every morning knowing that no one is coming to help you and deciding to help yourself anyway. Real strength is facing your problems alone and solving them anyway. Real strength is having a dream that no one believes in and pursuing it anyway. Real strength is failing over and over again and getting back up anyway. Real strength is being your own hero when no one else will be. The harsh reality is that most people will never achieve their dreams because they're waiting for someone else to achieve them for them. They're waiting for their parents to support them. They're waiting for their friends to encourage them. They're waiting for their boss to promote them. They're waiting for society to accept them. They're waiting for the government to help them. They're waiting for someone to save them from themselves. But the people who are winning aren't waiting for anyone. They're working while everyone else is waiting. You have to understand that success is a lonely journey. It's lonely because most people aren't willing to do what it takes. It's lonely because most people give up when things get hard. It's lonely because most people are looking for shortcuts while you're taking the long road. It's lonely because most people are making excuses while you're making progress. It's lonely because most people are waiting for someone else while you're working on yourself. But here's what they don't tell you about that loneliness. It's temporary. The loneliness you feel while you're building something great is nothing compared to the regret you'll feel if you don't build it at all. The discomfort you feel while you're working hard is nothing compared to the pain you'll feel if you live your whole life knowing you could have been more. The sacrifice you make today is nothing compared to the price you'll pay if you don't make it. No one is coming to make you disciplined. You have to choose discipline every single day. No one is coming to make you consistent. You have to choose consistency, even when you don't feel like it. No one is coming to make you focused. You have to choose focus when everything is trying to distract you. No one is coming to make you resilient. You have to choose to get back up every time life knocks you down. The people who were successful didn't wait for someone to teach them how to be successful. They taught themselves. They didn't wait for someone to show them the way. They created their own way. They didn't wait for someone to give them confidence. They built their own confidence through action. They didn't wait for someone to believe in their vision. They proved their vision through their work. You keep looking for someone to validate your dreams, but your dreams don't need validation from anyone else. They need action from you. You keep looking for someone to give you permission to start, but you don't need permission from anyone. You just need the courage to begin. You keep looking for someone to guarantee your success, but there are no guarantees in life, except the guarantee that if you don't try, you will definitely fail. The world doesn't owe you anything. Your family doesn't owe you anything. Your friends don't owe you anything. Your employer doesn't owe you anything. Society doesn't owe you anything. The only person who owes you anything is you. You owe yourself the effort. You owe yourself the work. You owe yourself the commitment. You owe yourself the dedication to become everything you're capable of becoming. Stop waiting for someone to discover your talent and start developing it yourself. Stop waiting for someone to create opportunities for you and start creating them yourself. Stop waiting for someone to solve your problems and start solving them yourself. Stop waiting for someone to change your life and start changing it yourself. Stop waiting for someone to make you successful and start making yourself successful. Every single day you don't work toward your goals is a day you're choosing to stay where you are. Every single day you make excuses is a day you're choosing comfort over growth. Every single day you wait for someone else to do what you should be doing is a day you're choosing to be a victim instead of a victor. Every single day you blame other people for your circumstances is a day you're giving away your power to change them. The most dangerous lie you can tell yourself is that you're not ready. The truth is, you'll never feel ready. You'll never feel prepared enough. You'll never feel confident enough. You'll never feel like you have enough resources. You'll never feel like you have enough time. You'll never feel like you have enough knowledge. But successful people don't wait until they feel ready. They start anyway and figure it out along the way. No one is coming to give you the life you want. You have to take it. No one is coming to hand you success. You have to earn it. No one is coming to make your dreams come true. You have to make them come true. No one is coming to transform your body. You have to transform it. No one is coming to build your wealth. You have to build it. No one is coming to create your happiness. You have to create it. The people who are living the life you want to live didn't wait for someone to give it to them. They worked for it. They sacrificed for it. They suffered for it. They stayed up late for it. They got up early for it. They said no to things that didn't serve their goals. They said yes to things that scared them. They invested in themselves when no one else would. They believed in themselves when no one else did. You think successful people got lucky, but luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You think successful people had it easy, but they just made the hard choices that unsuccessful people aren't willing to make. You think successful people are different from you, but the only difference is they stopped waiting for someone else to change their life and started changing it themselves. The hardest truth you'll ever accept is that you are responsible for everything in your life. You're responsible for your results. You're responsible for your outcomes. You're responsible for your success. You're responsible for your failure. You're responsible for your happiness. You're responsible for your sadness. You're responsible for your growth. You're responsible for your stagnation. You're responsible for your future. But here's the beautiful part about accepting that responsibility. When you accept that you're responsible for everything in your life, you also accept that you have the power to change everything in your life. When you stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems, you realize you have the power to fix them yourself. When you stop waiting for someone else to create your opportunities, you realize you have the power to create them yourself. No one is coming to make you great. Greatness is a choice you make every single day. It's a choice to do the work when you don't feel like it. It's a choice to push forward when you want to quit. It's a choice to keep going when everyone else stops. It's a choice to believe in yourself when no one else does. It's a choice to work harder when everyone else is taking it easy. The world is full of people who are waiting for someone to save them. Don't be one of them. The world is full of people who are waiting for perfect conditions. Don't be one of them. The world is full of people who are waiting for permission. Don't be one of them. The world is full of people who are waiting for guarantees. Don't be one of them. Be the person who understands that no one is coming and decides to work anyway. Your success depends on you and you alone. Your happiness depends on you and you alone. Your future depends on you and you alone. Your dreams depend on you and you alone. Your growth depends on you and you alone. Your transformation depends on you and you alone. No one else can do it for you. No one else will do it for you. No one else should do it for you. Stop looking for a hero and become your own hero. Stop looking for a savior and save yourself. Stop looking for someone to believe in you and believe in yourself. Stop looking for someone to motivate you and motivate yourself. Stop looking for someone to push you and push yourself. Stop looking for someone to make your dreams come true and make them come true yourself. The time for waiting is over. The time for excuses is over. The time for blaming others is over. The time for feeling sorry for yourself is over. The time for hoping someone else will do it is over. The time for action is now. The time for work is now. The time for change is now. The time for growth is now. The time for transformation is now. No one is coming to save you, but you don't need to be saved. You need to be awakened. You need to be activated. You need to realize that you have everything you need inside of you right now to start changing your life. You have the power. You have the strength. You have the ability. You have the potential. You just need to stop waiting for someone else to use it for you and start using it yourself. This is your wake-up call. This is your moment of truth. This is your opportunity to stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the creator of your destiny. This is your chance to stop waiting for someone else to change your life and start changing it yourself. This is your time to stop making excuses and start making progress. This is your time to stop talking about what you're going to do and start doing it. No one is coming. Accept it. Embrace it. Use it. Let it fuel you. Let it drive you. Let it push you to become everything you're capable of becoming. Let it motivate you to work harder than you've ever worked before. Let it inspire you to take action like you've never taken action before. Let it empower you to create the life you've always dreamed of creating. The life you want is waiting for you on the other side of the work you're not willing to do. The success you desire is waiting for you on the other side of the discomfort you're not willing to face. The transformation you need is waiting for you on the other side of the effort you're not willing to put in. Stop waiting for someone else to do the work and start doing it yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to face the discomfort and start facing it yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to put in the effort and start putting it in yourself. Your dreams are your responsibility. Your goals are your responsibility. Your success is your responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility. Your life is your responsibility. No one else is going to take responsibility for these things, and no one else should. They're yours. Own them. Claim them. Work for them. Fight for them. Sacrifice for them. Do whatever it takes to make them happen, because no one else is going to do it for you. The world belongs to the people who understand that no one is coming and decide to work anyway. The world belongs to the people who take responsibility for their own lives. The world belongs to the people who stop waiting and start working. The world belongs to the people who stop complaining and start creating. The world belongs to the people who stop hoping and start hustling. No one is coming, but that's not a problem. That's an opportunity. That's your opportunity to become everything you're meant to become. That's your opportunity to create everything you're meant to create. That's your opportunity to achieve everything you're meant to achieve. That's your opportunity to live the life you're meant to live. Stop waiting. Start working. No one is coming to save you. but you have the power to save yourself. Use that power. Embrace that responsibility. Take control of your life and create the future you deserve. The time is now. The opportunity is here. The power is yours. What are you going to do with it? It's hustle time, bro. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel like it, right now. You've been making excuses way too long, and it's time to wake up from that dream world you're living in. What separates the people who make it from the people who don't? It's not who you know or where you came from. It's hustle, pure, relentless, never give up hustle. The world doesn't care about your feelings. The world doesn't care that you had a tough childhood or that things didn't work out the way you planned. The world only responds to action. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Start believing in yourself and start putting in the work. Hustle means getting up when you don't want to get up. Hustle means showing up when everyone else is making excuses. Hustle means doing the work when no one is watching. Hustle means pushing through when everything in your body is telling you to quit. Winners keep going when losers give up. Look around you right now. Look at where you are in life. If you're not happy with what you see, change it. Nobody else is going to change it for you. Your parents can't do it. Your friends can't do it. Your boss can't do it. Only you can do it. Only you have the power to transform your life from where it is right now to where you want it to be. I don't want to hear about how busy you are. Everyone is busy. I don't want to hear about how tired you are. Everyone gets tired. I don't want to hear about how hard at Island. Everything worth doing is hard. The question is whether you're willing to do what's hard so you can have what's easy later. Right now, while you're making excuses, someone else is making moves. While you're sleeping in, someone else is getting up early to work on their dreams. While you're watching television, someone else is reading books and learning new skills. While you're scrolling through social media, someone else is building their business. The gap between where you are and where they are gets bigger every day. You can close that gap. You can catch up. You can even pass them. It's going to require you to change everything about how you approach your life. It's going to require you to become a different person. The person you are right now got you to where you are right now. If you want to go somewhere different, you need to become someone different. Stop thinking small. Stop playing it safe. Stop being comfortable with being average. Average is everywhere. You don't have to work hard to be average. Just show up, do the minimum, collect your paycheck, and go home. Is that really what you want? To just blend in with everyone else and live a life that doesn't matter? You want more. You know you're capable of more. There's something inside of you that's been screaming to get out, but you've been ignoring it because you're scared. You're scared of failing. You're scared of what people will think. You're scared of finding out that you're not as special as you thought you were. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your friend. Fear tells you exactly what you need to do. Whatever you're afraid of, that's exactly what you need to run toward. If you're afraid of public speaking, start speaking in public. If you're afraid of starting a business, start a business. If you're afraid of failing, start failing so you can learn how to succeed. The people who have everything you want went through everything you're going through right now. They felt the same fear. They had the same doubts. The difference is they didn't let those feelings stop them. They used those feelings as fuel. They used that fear to push them forward instead of holding them back. Success is not about being fearless. Success is about being afraid and doing it anyway. Success is about feeling like you don't know what you're doing and figuring it out as you go. Success is about getting knocked down and getting back up. Success is about failing forward instead of staying stuck. Successful people have bad days. They get tired. They feel like quitting. The difference is they don't let those feelings control their actions. They show up anyway. They do the work anyway. They keep going anyway. Hustle is not about working yourself to death. Hustle is not about sacrificing your health and your relationships. Hustle is about being consistent. Hustle is about showing up every single day and doing something that moves you closer to your goals. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. Most people work in bursts. They get motivated, work hard for a few days or weeks, then burn out and quit. That's not hustle. That's just enthusiasm. Hustle is doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Hustle is showing up even when you don't want to. Hustle is being professional about your dreams. Most people don't succeed because they treat their dreams like a hobby. They work on them when they feel like it. They work on them when it's convenient. They work on them when everything else in their life is perfect. Successful people treat their dreams like their life depends on it. Because it does. Every day you don't work on your dreams is a day you move further away from them. Every day you make excuses is a day someone else moves closer to their dreams. Time is the one thing you can't get back. You can make more money. You can make new friends. You can even make a new reputation. But you can't make more time. Stop wasting time. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment because there is no perfect moment. The only moment you have is right now. The only day that matters is today. The only choice that counts is the choice you make right now. You know what you need to do. Deep down inside, you know exactly what you need to do. You know what bad habits you need to break. You know what good habits you need to build. You know what people you need to stop hanging around. You know what people you need to start learning from. You know what skills you need to develop. You know what risks you need to take. The problem is not that you don't know what to do. The problem is that you're not doing what you know you need to do. You're overthinking it. You're overcomplicating it. You're waiting for more information when what you really need is more action. Stop reading about success and start working towards success. Stop watching videos about motivation and start taking motivated action. Stop planning to start and just start. The plan will come together as you go. The path will become clear as you walk it. You can't steer a parked car. You can't edit a blank page. You can't improve something that doesn't exist yet. Start before you're ready. Start before you have all the answers. Start before you feel confident. Confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from doing the work. You don't get confident by thinking about it. You get confident by doing it. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a disaster. Every success story started with someone who had no idea what they were doing but did it anyway. They learned as they went. They got better as they went. They figured it out as they went. They didn't wait until they were perfect. They didn't wait until they had everything figured out. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They started where they were, with what they had, and improved along the way. You're never going to feel ready. You're never going to have all the answers. You're never going to be completely prepared. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. The time to start is now. The place to start is where you are. The way to start is with what you have. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Which pain do you want to carry? You can choose to do the hard work now and enjoy the easy life later. Or you can choose the easy life now and struggle later. You can't have both. You can't be lazy now and successful later. You can't be undisciplined now and disciplined later. Who you are now is who you're going to be later, unless you make a conscious decision to change. The person you become on the way to your goals is more valuable than the goals themselves. The habits you build, the skills you develop, the character you forge, the resilience you create, that's what really matters. The external success is just the byproduct of the internal growth. Stop focusing on what you're going to get and start focusing on who you're going to become. Stop focusing on the destination and start enjoying the journey. Stop focusing on the outcome and start falling in love with the process. When you love the process, the results take care of themselves. When you focus on getting better every day, success becomes inevitable. When you commit to continuous improvement, extraordinary results become ordinary outcomes. You have to be patient with the process while being impatient with you. Most people give up right before the results start showing. Most people stop right before success finds them. Don't be like most people. Keep going when everyone else quits. Keep working when everyone else stops. Keep believing when everyone else doubts. Success is not a destination. Success is a journey. Success is not something you achieve once and then you're done. Success is something you have to earn every single day. Success is not about reaching a certain level and then coasting. Success is about continuous growth and improvement. The moment you think you've made it is the moment you start losing it. The moment you get comfortable is the moment you start getting passed by. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. Stay hungry. Stay humble. Stay hustling. Remember why you started. Remember what drove you to want more in the first place. Remember the pain of being stuck. Remember the frustration of not living up to your potential. Remember the disappointment of settling for less than you deserve. Use those memories as fuel to keep you moving forward when things get tough. Things are going to get tough. You're going to face obstacles. You're going to encounter setbacks. You're going to have days when you want to quit. That's not a bug in the system. That's a feature. That's how you know you're on the right path. That's how you know you're growing. That's how you know you're becoming the person you need to become. Easy roads don't lead to great destinations. Smooth seas don't make skilled sailors. Comfortable circumstances don't create strong characters. You need the pressure to become the diamond. You need the fire to become the gold. You need the struggle to become the champion. Embrace the struggle. Welcome the challenges. Thank the obstacles. They're not there to stop you. They're there to strengthen you. They're there to prepare you for what's coming next. They're there to make sure you're ready for the success that's heading your way. Every challenge you overcome makes you stronger for the next one. Every obstacle you push through increases your capacity for the future. Every setback you bounce back from builds your resilience muscle. You're not just working towards success. You're building the person who can handle success. Most people can't handle success because they didn't earn it the right way. They took shortcuts. They skipped steps. They avoided the hard work that builds character. You're not most people. You're willing to do what most people won't do so you can have what most people can't have. You're willing to wake up early when others sleep late. You're willing to work weekends when others party. You're willing to invest in yourself when others waste their money. You're willing to read books when others watch television. You're willing to exercise when others make excuses. You're willing to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. That's what separates you from the pack. That's what makes you special. That's what's going to get you where you want to go. Your willingness to do what others won't do. Your commitment to excellence when others settle for mediocrity. Your dedication to growth when others choose comfort. Hustle without purpose is just motion. Activity without direction is just busy work. You need to know why you're working so hard. You need to have a clear vision of where you're going. You need to understand what success means to you personally. Success is not one size fits all. Success is not what other people tell you it should be. Success is not what society says it has to look like. Success is whatever makes you feel fulfilled, proud, and alive. Success is living your life on your own terms and creating value for others in the process. Some people think success is about money. Some people think success is about fame. Some people think success is about power. Real success is about freedom. The freedom to choose how you spend your time. The freedom to work with people you respect and admire. The freedom to pursue projects that matter to you. The freedom to make a difference in the world. That kind of freedom is not free. That kind of freedom costs everything you've got. It costs your comfort zone. It costs your bad habits. It costs your excuses. It costs your victim mentality. It costs your fear of what other people think. It's worth every penny. On the other side of all that sacrifice is a life that most people only dream about. On the other side of all that work is the satisfaction of knowing you didn't waste your potential. On the other side of all that struggle is the pride of knowing you became everything you were capable of becoming. Don't take shortcuts. Don't look for the easy way. Don't try to skip steps. Embrace the process. Trust the journey. Do the work. Put in the time. Make the sacrifices. Pay the price. The price of success is always paid in advance, and it's always paid in full. The people who succeed are not the most talented people. They're not the smartest people. They're not the luckiest people. They're the people who refuse to quit. They're the people who show up every day. They're the people who do what they say they're going to do. They're the people who keep their promises to themselves. Your word to yourself is the most important word you'll ever give. When you say you're going to do something, do it. When you commit to a goal, see it through. When you make a plan, execute it. Your relationship with yourself is the foundation of everything else in your life. If you can't trust yourself to follow through on your commitments to yourself, how can you expect anyone else to trust you? If you don't believe in your ability to achieve your goals, how can you expect anyone else to believe in you? If you don't respect yourself enough to do what you say you're going to do, how can you expect anyone else to respect you? Integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching. Character is who you are when no one else is around. Success is what happens when integrity and character meet opportunity and preparation. Opportunity and preparation are not enough without integrity and character. You can have all the skills in the world, but if you don't have integrity, you won't sustain success. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have character, you won't enjoy success. You can have all the opportunities in the world, but if you don't have the work ethic, you won't achieve success. Success is not just about getting to the top. Success is about staying at the top. Success is not just about winning once. Success is about winning consistently. Success is not just about having a good year. Success is about having a good life. A good life is built one good day at a time. A good day is built one good hour at a time. A good hour is built one good decision at a time. Every decision you make either moves you closer to your goals or further away from them. Every choice you make either builds the life you want or tears it down. Choose wisely. Choose consciously. Choose with intention. Don't just go through life reacting to whatever happens. Go through life creating what happens. Be the author of your story, not just a character in someone else's story. The story you tell yourself about yourself becomes the story of your life. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, you won't be good enough. If you tell yourself you can't do it, you won't do it. If you tell yourself you don't deserve success, you won't achieve success. If you tell yourself you're capable of greatness, you'll find ways to be great. If you tell yourself you can figure it out, you'll figure it out. If you tell yourself you deserve success, you'll work to achieve success. Your mindset determines your results more than your circumstances. Your attitude matters more than your aptitude. Your belief in yourself matters more than what others believe about you. Start believing in yourself. Start expecting good things to happen. Start acting like the successful person you're becoming. Success starts in your mind before it shows up in your life. You have to see it mentally before you can achieve it physically. You have to believe it's possible before you can make it probable. You have to think like a winner before you can become a winner. Winners think differently than losers. Winners focus on solutions while losers focus on problems. Winners focus on opportunities while losers focus on obstacles. Winners focus on what they can control while losers focus on what they can't control. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control what happens in you. You can't control the weather, but you can control your response to the weather. You can't control other people's actions, but you can control your reactions to their actions. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't control. Put your energy into the things that matter and stop wasting energy on the things that don't matter. Invest your time in activities that move you forward and stop spending time on activities that hold you back. Time is your most valuable asset. How you spend your time determines the quality of your life. If you want a better life, you need better time management. If you want better results, you need better daily routines. If you want extraordinary outcomes, you need extraordinary habits. Successful people don't have more time than unsuccessful people. They just use their time better. They prioritize better. They focus better. They eliminate distractions better. They say no to good opportunities so they can say yes to great opportunities. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals. Learn to say no to people who drain your energy. Learn to say no to activities that waste your time. Every yes to one thing is a no to something else. Make sure your yeses are moving you in the right direction. Protect your time like you protect your money. Invest your time like you invest your money. Spend your time wisely like you spend your money wisely. Time is the currency of life. How you spend it determines what you can afford in terms of results and outcomes. You can afford to be lazy, but you can't afford the consequences of being lazy. You can afford to make excuses, but you can't afford the consequences of making excuses. You can afford to procrastinate, but you can't afford the consequences of procrastination. Everything has a price. The question is not whether you'll pay a price. The question is which price you'll pay. Will you pay the price of discipline or the price of regret? Will you pay the price of hard work or the price of missed opportunities? Will you pay the price of temporary discomfort or the price of permanent disappointment? The prices are different, but everybody pays. You can pay now or pay later, but you will pay. Most people choose to pay later because it seems easier in the moment. Paying later always costs more than paying now. Interest compounds. Delay makes everything more expensive. Pay now. Do the hard work now. Make the sacrifices now. Build the habits now. Develop the skills now. Take the risks now. The longer you wait, the harder it gets, and the more expensive it becomes. It's hustle time, bro. Not someday time. Not when I feel like it time. Not when everything is perfect time. Right now. This moment. This day. This hour. This is your time. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Don't let this moment pass you by. Don't let this day go to waste. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Seize it. Grab it. Own it. Make it count. Make it matter. Make it the beginning of everything you've ever dreamed of. Your dreams are not too big. Your dreams are not impossible. Your dreams are not unrealistic. They're just waiting for you to start taking them seriously. They're waiting for you to stop talking about them and start working toward them. They're waiting for you to stop dreaming about them and start living them. The world needs what you have to offer. The world needs your unique gifts and talents. The world needs your perspective and your contribution. The world can't benefit from what you never share. The world can't use what you never develop. The world can't enjoy what you never create. Stop hiding. Stop playing small. Stop holding back. The world is waiting for you to step up. The world is waiting for you to show up. The world is waiting for you to level up. Stop being a spectator in your own life and become the star of your own show. Stop watching other people live their dreams and start living your own dreams. Stop making excuses for why you can't and start finding ways that you can. You have everything you need inside of you right now. You have the strength. You have the courage. You have the intelligence. You have the creativity. You have the determination. You just need to start using what you have instead of focusing on what you don't have. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to discover you. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Create your own opportunities. Give yourself permission. Discover your own potential. The only person who can stop you is you. The only person who can limit you is you. The only person who can defeat you is you. The only person who can unleash you is also you. The only person who can empower you is you. The only person who can fulfill your potential is you. What are you waiting for? What's holding you back? What excuse are you going to stop using today? What fear are you going to face today? What action are you going to take today? Today is the day everything changes. Today is the day you stop settling. Today is the day you start hustling. Today is the day you become who you were meant to become. Today is the day you start living the life you were meant to live. It's hustle time, bro. Your time is now. Your moment is here. Your opportunity is waiting. Don't waste it. Don't squander it. Don't let it pass you by. Get up. Get going. Get after it. The world is waiting for you to show them what you're made of. Show them. Show yourself. Show everyone who ever doubted you that they were wrong. Your hustle starts now. You know what your problem is? You're waiting for it to feel good. You're sitting there waiting for motivation to hit you like some magical lightning bolt. You're waiting for the perfect moment when everything aligns and you feel like doing the work. Let me tell you something. That moment ain't coming. That perfect feeling you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. You think successful people wake up every morning feeling like champions. You think they bounce out of bed excited to do the hard stuff. Man, you got it all wrong. They do it specifically because it sucks. They do it when their body is screaming no. They do it when their mind is telling them to quit. They do it when every fiber of their being wants to stay comfortable. I'm tired of people thinking there's some secret formula. There's no secret. The secret is doing the thing when you absolutely don't want to do it. When it feels terrible. When it's the last thing on earth you want to do. That's when you do it. That's when champions are made. You ever notice how you always have energy for the stuff you want to do? You got energy to scroll through your phone for 3 hours. You got energy to watch Netflix until 2 a.m. You got energy to complain about your life to anybody who'll listen. But when it comes to doing something that might actually change your situation, suddenly you're tired. Suddenly you don't have time. Suddenly it's too hard. Stop lying to yourself. You got the energy, you got the time. What you don't got is the willingness to be uncomfortable. You don't got the stomach for doing things when they suck. And that's exactly why you're stuck where you are. Let me tell you about the day I realized this. I was 300 pounds, sitting in my car outside a gym, making excuses about why I couldn't go in. It was too crowded. People would stare. I didn't know what I was doing. I sat there for 45 minutes coming up with reasons not to walk through those doors. Then it hit me. I was waiting for it to feel comfortable. I was waiting for some moment when walking into that gym would feel natural and easy. But you know what I realized? If I waited for it to feel good, I'd be sitting in that car forever. So I got out, I walked in, and it sucked. It sucked bad. People did stare. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like an idiot. But I did it anyway. And the next day, it still sucked. But I went anyway. Day after day, it sucked. But I kept going. That's when I learned the most important lesson of my life. You don't wait for it to stop sucking. You do it because it sucks. You do it when your body hurts. You do it when you're tired. You do it when you don't want to. You do it when every excuse in the book is sitting right there waiting for you to use it. Most people live their entire lives avoiding discomfort. They make decisions based on what feels good in the moment. They choose the easy path every single time. And then they wonder why their life is exactly the same year after year. They wonder why nothing changes. They wonder why they're not growing. Here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. Growth only happens in discomfort. Progress only happens when things suck. If it feels good, if it's easy, if it's comfortable, you're not growing. You're just maintaining. You're just staying exactly where you are. You want to know the difference between successful people and everybody else? Successful people have learned to associate discomfort with progress. When something sucks, when something feels hard, when something makes them want to quit, that's when they get excited. Because they know that's where the growth island, that's where the breakthrough happens. But most people, they feel discomfort and they run. They feel resistance and they quit. They feel that voice in their head telling them to stop, and they listen to it. They've been programmed to avoid pain, to seek comfort, to take the easy way out. And that programming is killing their potential. You know what that voice in your head is? It's fear disguised as logic. It's your comfort zone trying to protect itself. It's that part of you that wants to keep you exactly where you are because change is scary. Change is uncertain. Change requires you to do things that suck. I remember when I decided to become a Navy SEAL, everything in my body told me not to do it. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't tough enough. I wasn't good enough. The training was going to be hell. Most people don't make it through. Every logical part of my brain said don't do it, but I did it anyway, and it sucked worse than I ever imagined it could suck. Hell Week, 5 days and nights of the most brutal physical and mental torture you can imagine. Sleep deprivation, hypothermia, pain beyond description, your body breaking down, your mind telling you to quit every single second. And you know what? Most people do quit. They ring that bell and walk away because it sucks too much, because the discomfort is too intense, because they can't handle doing something when it feels that bad. But the ones who make it through, they're not superhuman. They're not special. They just learned how to do it when it sucks. They learned how to keep going when every part of them wants to stop. They learned that the voice telling them to quit is just noise. They learned that discomfort is temporary, but quitting is permanent. You think you got problems? You think your situation is hard? Let me tell you something. Your biggest problem isn't your circumstances. Your biggest problem is your relationship with discomfort. Your biggest problem is that you've been conditioned to believe that if something doesn't feel good, you shouldn't do it. That's backwards thinking. That's victim thinking. That's the thinking that keeps people trapped in mediocrity their entire lives. You want to change your life? You gotta flip that script. You gotta start getting excited when things suck. You gotta start seeing discomfort as your friend, not your enemy. Every morning when you wake up, your mind is going to try to negotiate with you. It's going to give you 1,000 reasons why you should take the easy path today, why you should skip the workout, why you should put off that difficult conversation, why you should avoid that challenging task. And if you listen to that voice, if you give in to that negotiation, you're going to stay exactly where you are. But if you learn to do it when it sucks, if you learn to push through that resistance, if you learn to take action despite how you feel, that's when everything changes. That's when you stop being average. That's when you start becoming the person you're supposed to be. I see people all the time waiting for Monday to start their diet, waiting for January 1st to change their life, waiting for the perfect moment to begin. But perfect moments don't exist. The perfect moment is right now, especially when right now sucks, especially when you don't feel like it, especially when it's hard. You know why most people's New Year's resolutions fail by February? Because January 15th sucks, because the motivation wears off, because doing the work stops feeling good. And when it stops feeling good, they stop doing it. They go back to their old habits. They go back to their comfort zone. They go back to being exactly who they were before. But what if you expected it to suck? What if you planned for it to be hard? What if you knew going in that there would be days when you absolutely didn't want to do it? Then when those days came, you wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't quit. You'd just do it anyway. Because that's what you planned to do from the beginning. The people who change their lives permanently are the ones who keep going when it stops being fun. They're the ones who show up when they don't feel like showing up. They're the ones who do the work when the work sucks. They understand that feelings are temporary, but actions create lasting change. You're not going to feel like working out every day. You're not going to feel like eating healthy every meal. You're not going to feel like studying every night. You're not going to feel like practicing your craft every session, and that's completely normal. That's expected. That's part of the process. The question isn't how to make it feel good. The question is how to do it when it feels bad, how to push through when you want to quit, how to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. That's the skill you need to develop. That's the muscle you need to build. Most people think discipline is about being motivated all the time. They think disciplined people just naturally want to do the right thing. That's not discipline. That's just having good feelings. Real discipline is doing the right thing, especially when you don't want to. Real discipline is taking action in spite of how you feel, not because of how you feel. I had to learn this the hard way. I spent years of my life waiting to feel like changing, waiting to feel motivated, waiting for inspiration to strike. And you know what happened during all that waiting? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. My life stayed exactly the same because I was waiting for my feelings to change before I changed my actions. But feelings follow actions, not the other way around. You don't get motivated and then take action. You take action and then motivation follows. You don't wait to feel confident before you do something scary. You do something scary and then confidence builds. You don't wait to feel strong before you start lifting weights. You start lifting weights and then strength develops. That's why you gotta do it when it sucks. Because doing it when it sucks is what creates the feelings you're waiting for. Every time you push through resistance, you build mental strength. Every time you do something when you don't want to, you expand your comfort zone. Every time you take action despite how you feel, you prove to yourself that your feelings don't control you. And let me tell you something about that proof. You need it. You need to know that you can count on yourself. You need to know that when life gets hard, when things get difficult, when everything goes wrong, you'll still show up. You'll still do what needs to be done. You'll still take care of business, because life is going to test you. Life is going to throw everything at you and see what you're made of. It's going to put you in situations where everything sucks and see if you'll keep going. It's going to challenge your resolve and see if you'll break. And if you've never practiced doing things when they suck, if you've never built that mental toughness, you're going to crumble when it matters most. But if you've been doing the hard thing day after day, if you've been pushing through resistance consistently, if you've been training yourself to perform when it's uncomfortable, then when life hits you hard, you'll be ready. You'll have the strength to handle it. You'll have the mental toughness to push through. That's what I learned in the military. That's what I learned through all those years of training. It wasn't just about physical fitness. It wasn't just about learning skills. It was about building the mental capacity to function when everything sucks, to perform when you're tired, when you're scared, when you're in pain, when you want to quit. Because in real life, when it matters, when lives are on the line, when everything is falling apart, you don't get to wait until you feel like doing your job. You don't get to take a day off because you're not motivated. You do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. And the only way to be ready for those moments is to practice doing things when they suck. Every single day, life gives you opportunities to practice this. Every morning when your alarm goes off and you don't want to get up, that's practice. Every time you need to have a difficult conversation and you want to avoid it, that's practice. Every time you need to do something that scares you and you want to procrastinate, that's practice. But most people miss these opportunities. They hit the snooze button. They avoid the conversation. They put off the scary thing. They choose comfort over growth every single time. And then they wonder why they're not prepared when life demands more from them. You want to know why some people seem to handle stress better than others? Why some people seem to thrive under pressure while others fall apart? It's not because they're naturally tougher. It's not because they're genetically superior. It's because they've been practicing. They've been voluntarily putting themselves in uncomfortable situations. They've been doing things when they suck, so when life forces them to do things that suck, they're ready. This is about more than just achieving your goals. This is about becoming the type of person who can be counted on, the type of person who doesn't fold under pressure, the type of person who gets stronger when things get harder, the type of person who others look to when everything is falling apart. You think about the people you respect most in your life, the people you admire, the people you look up to. What do they all have in common? They do what needs to be done regardless of how they feel about it. They show up when showing up is hard. They take responsibility when taking responsibility sucks. They make the hard choices when the hard choices are unpopular. Those people weren't born that way. They developed that character by consistently choosing discomfort over comfort, by consistently doing the right thing when the right thing was hard, by consistently pushing through when everything in them wanted to quit. And you can develop that same character. You can become that same type of person, but only if you're willing to do it when it sucks. Only if you're willing to push through the resistance. Only if you're willing to act despite how you feel. The hardest part isn't the physical discomfort. The hardest part isn't even the mental challenge. The hardest part is overcoming the voice in your head that says you don't have to do this. The voice that says you can start tomorrow. The voice that says you deserve a break. The voice that says this one time doesn't matter. That voice is a liar. That voice is your enemy. That voice wants to keep you exactly where you are because where you are is safe. Where you are is comfortable. Where you are doesn't require you to grow or change or become better. But you know what? Where you are isn't where you want to be. If it was, you wouldn't be listening to this. You wouldn't be looking for motivation. You wouldn't be trying to change. You'd be content. You'd be satisfied. You'd be happy with your current situation. Since you're not happy with where you are, that means you need to do something different. And different is uncomfortable. Different is hard. Different sucks. But different is also the only way to get different results. You can't keep doing the same things and expect different outcomes. You can't keep choosing comfort and expect to grow. You can't keep avoiding discomfort and expect to build strength. You can't keep waiting for it to feel good and expect it to ever feel good. The feeling good comes after. The satisfaction comes after. The pride comes after. The confidence comes after. The results come after. But first, you gotta do it when it sucks. First, you got to push through the resistance. First, you got to prove to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses. And let me tell you something about excuses. They're always available. There's always a reason not to do something. There's always a justification for taking the easy path. There's always a way to rationalize staying comfortable. Excuses are the most abundant resource on the planet. Everybody's got an unlimited supply. But excuses don't build muscle. Excuses don't create success. Excuses don't change your life. Excuses just keep you exactly where you are, feeling sorry for yourself, wondering why nothing ever changes. You know what changes things? Action. Specifically, action taken when you don't feel like taking action, movement when you want to stay still, progress when progress is painful, work when work is the last thing you want to do. I remember there was a period in my life when I was training for an ultramarathon, 100 miles on foot. Now, let me tell you, there ain't nothing natural about running 100 miles. Your body isn't designed for that. Your mind isn't designed for that. Every step after mile 20 is your body telling you to stop. Every mile after 50 is agony. Every mile after 80 is pure willpower. And during training, there were days when I didn't want to run 5 miles, let alone 30 or 40. There were days when my legs were sore, my feet were blistered, my mind was tired, and everything in me said, take the day off. Rest. You've done enough. You deserve a break. But I knew something those voices didn't know. I knew that race day wasn't going to care how I felt. I knew that at mile 70 of that 100-mile race, when my body was completely broken down, when my mind was telling me to quit, when the pain was unbearable, I wasn't going to be able to rely on motivation. I wasn't going to be able to rely on feeling good. I was going to have to rely on the strength I built during all those training days when I didn't want to run but ran anyway. That's what saved me during that race. Not the days when training felt good. Not the days when I was motivated. The days when training sucked, but I did it anyway. Those were the days that built the mental toughness I needed to finish. And life is the same way. Life is going to test you when you're tired. Life is going to challenge you when you're not ready. Life is going to demand performance when performance is the last thing you want to give. And if you haven't practiced performing when you don't want to, you're going to fail that test. But if you have practiced, if you've built that mental muscle, if you've trained yourself to do things when they suck, then when life hits you hard, you'll be ready. You'll have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. This isn't just about big goals or major challenges. This is about everyday life. This is about getting up when your alarm goes off instead of hitting snooze. This is about doing your work when your work is boring. This is about having difficult conversations when difficult conversations need to be had. This is about taking care of your responsibilities when taking care of your responsibilities isn't fun. These small daily decisions add up. These small daily choices compound. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you're building strength. Every time you do something when you don't want to do it, you're proving to yourself that you're in control, not your feelings. And eventually, something amazing happens. Eventually, you start to enjoy the discomfort. Eventually, you start to crave the challenge. Eventually, you start to look forward to doing things that suck because you know that's where growth happens. You know that's where strength is built. You know that's where champions are made. But that enjoyment, that craving, because they quit before they get there. They quit when it's still sucking. They quit when it's still hard. They quit before the transformation happens. They quit before they become the person who enjoys the challenge. Don't be most people. Don't quit when it gets hard. Don't quit when it stops being fun. Don't quit when you don't feel like continuing. That's exactly when you need to keep going. That's exactly when the real work begins. That's exactly when you have the opportunity to become someone different. Because here's the truth. The person you are right now got you to where you are right now. If you want to be somewhere different, you got to become someone different. And becoming someone different requires you to do things differently. And doing things differently is uncomfortable. And uncomfortable sucks. So you gotta do it when it sucks. You gotta become comfortable being uncomfortable. You gotta learn to love the challenge. You gotta learn to embrace the resistance. You gotta learn to see discomfort as a signal that you're growing, not a signal to quit. Every great achievement in human history came from someone who was willing to do it when it sucked. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every success story came from someone who pushed through when everything in them wanted to quit. Every person you admire got where they are by doing things when those things were hard. You think starting a business is comfortable? You think building muscle is fun? You think learning new skills is easy? You think changing your life feels good? None of it feels good in the moment. All of it sucks while you're doing it. The good feelings come later. The satisfaction comes later. The results come later. But most people want the results without the discomfort. They want the benefits without the work. They want the destination without the journey. They want the reward without the sacrifice. And that's exactly why most people don't get what they want. You can't have it both ways. You can't get extraordinary results from ordinary effort. You can't build exceptional strength without exceptional challenge. You can't create an amazing life without doing amazing things. And amazing things are hard. Amazing things suck. Amazing things require you to do stuff when you absolutely don't want to do it. So stop waiting for it to feel good. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. Stop waiting for everything to align. Start doing it now. Start doing it when it sucks. Start doing it especially when it sucks. Because the people who are willing to do it when it sucks are the people who get to live extraordinary lives. They're the people who achieve their goals. They're the people who build the businesses. They're the people who create the art. They're the people who change the world. And you can be one of those people. You can join that group. You can become that type of person. But only if you're willing to pay the price. Only if you're willing to embrace the discomfort. Only if you're willing to do it when it sucks. The choice is yours. You can keep waiting for it to feel good and keep getting the same results you've always gotten. Or you can start doing it when it sucks and start getting the results you've always wanted. But you can't have both. You can't keep choosing comfort and expect to grow. You can't keep avoiding challenge and expect to build strength. You can't keep waiting for perfect conditions and expect to make progress. Perfect conditions don't exist. Perfect timing doesn't exist. Perfect feelings don't exist. What exists is right now. What exists is this moment. What exists is the opportunity to choose discomfort over comfort, to choose growth over stagnation, to choose action over excuses. And if you make that choice consistently, if you do it when it sucks, day after day, week after week, month after month, you'll look back a year from now and be amazed at how much you've changed. You'll be amazed at how much you've grown. You'll be amazed at what you've become. But it starts with today. It starts with this moment. It starts with doing it when it sucks. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep making excuses? Are you going to keep waiting for it to feel good? Are you going to keep choosing comfort over growth? Or are you going to do it when it sucks? Are you going to push through the resistance? Are you going to prove to yourself that you're stronger than your feelings? Are you going to become the type of person who does what needs to be done regardless of how they feel about it? The choice is yours, but make it now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next week. Don't wait for next month. Do it now. Do it when it sucks. Do it especially when it sucks. Because that's when it matters most. That's when champions are made. That's when lives are changed. So get up, get moving, get started. And when it starts to suck, when you want to quit, when every part of you wants to stop, keep going. That's exactly when you need to keep going. That's exactly when the magic happens. That's exactly when you become who you're supposed to be. Do it when it sucks. That's the secret. That's the formula. That's the way.